Hi again, YouTubers. So it's that time of month for my face of the month, and this is where I do a video of my entire face, actually applying the products from start to finish. This is kind of, I have a piece of hair stuck on me. This is kind of what I've been doing this month, that has just been using one palette for my eyes and just being able to grab it and know what I'm going to get out of it and go, and not having to think as much. You know, as it gets cooler out, we just want to stay in bed longer, so it's easy to just grab that one eye palette and kind of go with it. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and thanks for watching. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I do is I get my little mirror, as always. I have been using a mixture of two things this month. This one is almost out, but I ordered another one, and it's my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. Have this in the color 30. Yes, I know that's upside down, but if I turn it right side up, it's not gonna come out. It's at its end. So I put a little bit onto the mirror, and then I take my Guerlain Extreme in number 5, and I put a couple dots of that. Oops, that one came out. Oh, it must be clogged up a little bit. Darn it. It's probably a little bit more than I need, but let me show you what I do, or try to show you. Put some dots into it. Because that kind of, the number 30 is too light for me, but the next color they have doesn't match me right. This seems to work out perfectly for me. They're both long wearing. It really just kind of works. Ooh, I know what I forgot. I have been using my Giorgio Armani Master Corrector. I tend to just kind of put that at the corners of my eyes where they're darkest. Put a little bit over here. Same thing on this side. And I have been having lots of darkness under my eyes this month. For some reason, it's the seasons changing. And I just tap that in. And yes, my nails are a mess. I'm going to get them done today. I've chipped them, broken them, and everything else this last 2 weeks. I have no idea why. So I kind of tap that in. And you can tell that brightens up under the eyes. Then I take my Sigma F84. I have been loving this brush for foundation ever since, I forget what made me try it. Oh, the Chanel foundation. And I absolutely love it. So I just tap it into the foundation on the mirror and kind of like go back and forth, and you can see how much I get on there. And I start on my cheek, and it kind of has to mix in a little bit. That's more than I need just for my cheek, so I'm going to go over to my chin as well. And I just kind of tap it in to start with. Oh, you know what I forgot to put on today? That's all right. My Urban Decay. I've been putting this on every day before I do my makeup and at night. The Urban Decay Lush Lash Stash. Forgot to put that on. I will put that on after I do the foundation because it'll still have time to settle in. So I just kind of tap it, and something about the way this sits on my face, it just really is easy to work with. And then, like, if you want to, it's easy to drag down. I don't usually drag it down too often. But same thing for the other side. Go over my nose. Yeah, I have too much on this side again. It's strange. It's not really a stippling brush, but for some reason, the synthetic fibers just really work great. And the shape of this just really works. The F80 was always my favorite brush for this type of thing. And I would more buff it in circles, but this, for some reason, just, I'm loving it. Last time on my forehead. Kind of blend into my hairline a little bit. And just tapping it on. I make sure I get my ears down my neck, make sure it all blends in. Same thing, like I said, whatever's left on it, I kind of go into my hairline in those areas to make sure they're kind of evened out. So I'm going to have to use my mirror. My other mirror broke. I had a Conair. I'm going to use my Urban Decay while I'm doing this part, while I'm talking a little bit. I had, what is it? The Conair, I had it for a really long while. I had one, let me rephrase this. I had one that lasted me for years and years and years and years. I always have trouble with that corner. And so when that one finally died, I got that mirror you see back there, which I did not like. But I like the magnifying side of it. I just didn't like the way it lit up. So then I went back to Conair, got another Conair one. I would say I have not had that but 6 or 8 months. Oops. 6 or 8 months, and it died the other day. Like completely died. Like nothing left to it. I was bummed. So I was in Costco, and I've heard Lisa D1 talk about the mirror they have there. Here, I'll try and show it to you. This is it. That's what the mirror looks like. It only has one switch on and off. Not sure on the lighting. And it kind of sits high compared to where I am. So if you see me going like this, that might be why. So that being said, the next thing I tend to use, and I kind of go back and forth on these because I'm kind of testing them out, is either the Clé de Peau concealer stick or the Hourglass one. I'm kind of still on a toss-up on these. So I just take it and I put it a little bit under my eye right here in like a V shape. Put it back away, and I grab the Sigmax Precision P82, which this is what it looks like. And this is awesome for under eye. I just love the way it buffs it in and really just makes it so there's no creases, because that's my biggest issue under my eyes, is I get those fine lines that it settles into, that the foundation, I'm sorry, that the concealer settles into. And this really seems to resolve that a little bit. Kind of smooths it out, but also just has a nice finish to it. Then I use the Lorac Porefection PF3. And I take just my pink kabuki. It's one of my favorite brushes, and I just kind of tap it in there. There's a lot of fallout with this product, which is my only downfall. And I kind of go across there. Oh, I should not have got across my eyes because of the Urban Decay. Usually it's dry by now. All right, we're gonna fix that. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a long video because I'm messing up today. But that's what my videos are. So anyway, that being done, I just put it straight down my face. I usually go a little bit under my eyes, but kind of my T-zone where I get the oily portions. Sorry, I'm dying. I hate when people do that, but my throat has been killing me, so sorry. Then I have been using this month the Dior Bronze Matte Sunshine in Amber Matte 3. I use that same brush. I just tap it around in there. Get it in the hollows of my cheeks. Same thing on the other side. And I just kind of bring it up along my forehead and then blend it in and around those areas. Just gives me a nice flush look. I like it. I think it works really well. I have been using, for blush, the MAC Dainty. I don't know why I went back to this randomly. I went to grab for my Orgasm, my NARS, and it was sitting next to it, and I just decided to pick it up. And I use my Sigma F40 angle brush, tap the brush into the product. You can see what it looks like. And then I just go on my cheekbones. Start at my cheekbone and work up, and then I just kind of blend it in. For as light as it looks in the container, it shows up very, very nicely. I really like this. I don't know if they still sell that. I don't know if it was limited edition. Honestly, I don't remember at all on that one. So, next things next. Let's get some stuff out. I have been using this month for some reason. Again, I changed my mind randomly. Is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I've just been using it. Put a little bit on my finger, on my lid, kind of tap it in and around, and then I also bring it down under my eye, just slightly. Same thing on the other eye. I feel like I have a little bit more on this side than I did on the other. All right, that's that. And this month I have been living and using the Bare Minerals palette in the Truth. This is what it looks like. I have a fuzzy floating around, I can see it. It's stuck on my eyelash. And this is what that looks like. And it's just such pretty colors. It's really kind of hard to explain. I start with a Sigma E55 brush. Sorry, itchy. And I go into the lightest color. And again, I just tap it onto the top of that brush. I go up on my brow bone. And then I also go into my inner corner. To just brighten it up. You don't get much on the brush, so if you see me going back into it, and then I put a little bit just down under the tear duct. So, oh, I don't know, I just closed that. Then I just take the brush, wipe it off a little bit, and I go into this color right here. I didn't think this was going to be super pigmented, but it's crazy pigmented. It's so pretty. Using the same brush, and I just kind of go up and into my crease, but I don't go too far up and I don't go too far in. So that's kind of what it looks like, and it does look a little bit scary right now. And this, you barely have to touch the brush to this. It's crazy how pigmented this color is. Like, I barely touch this in, and look at this. Look how much color is there. And it might not be showing up exactly how much. Yeah, it is. Actually, it probably is. All right, then I take my little, what is this? This is a Coastal Scents C408 Chisel Shader. It's kind of like the MAC, I forget what it was called. Same color. Go in, tap it, and then I tap it off. And I kind of just line my bottom waterline very lightly. I just want to give it a little bit of definition down there. Strange looking over here a little bit because that mirror, this mirror is so much taller than the other one that I can't put it over. I use it also, by the way, to help just define that outer area that I wanted. But it's so tall I can't put it over here where I normally do. So then take a Sigma E25 and I go into this lighter color right here, and I just get very little bit on the brush, tap it off, and then I'm going to use that to kind of blend these two areas together, a little bit up into the crease. Not much, because I'm going to do something else with the crease, but I'm just more or less making these colors so there's not such a harsh line between them. And I'm kind of going between circles and back and forth. So you can see the difference in the one eye versus the other. Same thing on the other eye. Because I'm not looking to like go up into the crease yet. I'm just kind of trying to make the transition between these two colors a little bit less noticeable. And again, you have to kind of go back and forth as you do each eye, because you might blend more on one than the other and vice versa. And sometimes you just kind of have to work with it. And again, these colors are so soft and so pigmented. They're pretty easy to work with. So then I wipe off that same brush. I just keep a little towel on my lap. I'm not wiping it off on my clothes. Go back and forth to kind of get it so it's off. And then I use MAC Soft Brown. It's this one right here. Again, same thing. I swirl it into the color, tap it off. But this I'm just using in the crease and bringing it up slightly. Again, I go back and forth from circular motions to kind of windshield wiper motions, the back and forth motions. Don't want to go too far in again, because if I do, it's going to get rid of that lighter color in the inner corner. We don't want that to happen. Soft brown is just such an easy color to blend with on my skin tone. I know this is a lot of back and forth, but these colors, you just really, because the brown is so pigmented, you just really need to blend it. Otherwise, it can look just like a bit streaky. Then I tend to take that same E55, wipe it off just a little bit, and then I go back into the latest color and just kind of run that over that inner corner just slightly, just to help with the blending, to make sure everything looks kind of blended together. And then I just kind of go back and forth. Again, I just keep doing this until I feel like both eyes look even, it looks blended, doesn't look like there's any harsh lines, things like that. So that being said, the next thing I tend to do, I've been using this a lot this month, and this is this little Perfect Brow Perfection Gel in the color Caramel. It was a sample, and I'm going to buy the full size of this. It's really just nice, and it's easy, and it's a great color. Next side, you do have to get a little bit off on the edges. I like that. I don't know what it is. Something about it, something about the color and just how it works is very, very easy. All right, lips. Where did it go? There it is. I've been using, oh, this needs to be sharpened, Coastal Scents lip liner in the color Mauve. I don't know why I go to lips at this point lately. It's just been a strange habit. Has a hair stuck on it. So that is, sorry, the Coastal Scents lip liner in Mauve. I have been using the lipstick color in Syrup. I don't know why, it just seems to set better when I do it at this point. I don't have a clue why. I have been using my Laura Mercier, and this is the Black Ebony Eyeliner. All right, because people ask me about that one all the time. I use a Sigma E15 flat definer brush. This one has, this is the only thing I use for this brush because I need the product to kind of build up. It works better for me. A little squirt bottle with water in it, and I squirt the water into the top. Take the brush, get a little bit of water on it, and then I go, whoops, knock that over. Then I go into the product, and I'll show you this in just a second, and how I work it in to the brush. I just kind of get this wet, and then I work the brush back and forth in kind of zigzag motions. And then I just start on my top line with this. I've been a fan of a really tight liner look this month. And I kind of just go back and forth into the liner. Takes a little bit longer because you have to work with this liner just a little bit more, but the results, I've just always loved this. I've been through like 3 or 4 of these. Oh, sorry, my nose. Then I also go in and just tight line on my waterline, which is pretty much just going straight up in to your lash line. Helps make your lashes look thicker and fuller. I kind of just work it back and forth until I feel like you can see the differences there. Hopefully. Do the other eye. Hopefully you can still see this over there. Every once in a while I'll wing it out a little bit. Honestly, how I determine that is just how the eyeliner tends to sit. when I first start putting it on with this brush. If it flings out, if it goes out a little bit, then I do a wing liner. If it doesn't, then I don't. Or if one eye does and one eye doesn't, kind of go with it. So that's the eyeliner. Put that away. And that brush just goes back. It doesn't stay out with my stuff to be cleaned. Eyelash curler, pretty quick and simple. I just hold it on there for about 20 seconds. Pulling out what I need. And I go back. Like, I just kind of pump it, I guess, is what you would say, about 4 or 5 times. Hold it on the last one for a couple seconds. I've been using the Mauve volumizing mascara. Start at the roots and kind of pull up and out. Oop, there's a little hair on that. I just kind of work it in until I feel like it looks really nice. On the same eye, I usually use my Maybelline Lash Discovery. Sorry, oops. For my bottom lashes. Whew, sniffling today. I just kind of give them a once-over coat. Quick and easy. Then I go on to the next eye. I usually wipe that off a little bit. Pretty boring, but overall I've just been loving this look this month. It's quick, it's easy, it's one palette, it's like just so simple. So that simple look is really nice at this time of year too, when you don't want to get out of bed yet because it's starting to get cool out. So it's like something that you don't have to put much thought into is always nice. And there are tons of palettes out there that you can use that are similar, that just, you can use this same type of look and do this with just, because it's neutrals, it's not that hard to do. Like, you can pretty much do this with anything. It's just a matter of what you have there in front of you. Same thing, bottom lashes. I try not to get that onto like where my waterline is. I have been using, where did it go? Here we go. Smashbox Fame. I always want to call it Flame. I don't know why. I know it's not Flame. Lip gloss. Nice. Ooh, that wasn't good. Nice pink color. Goes well with the two I have on. Pretty quick and easy. Put all this away. I will say the last thing I do is I wait a couple of minutes while I'm cleaning my brushes, and then I go back in. This has been a big one for me lately. And I use my eyelash curler and I do the same thing again with the mascara on. It really gives me that extra volume. It helps stay longer, and it's just been phenomenal. I absolutely love it. So you'll see that in the beginning, what it looks like after I've done that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching. Bye.